I'm Monet, and thanks for following along on my little video on how to make a green smoothie. So I have been making the smoothie probably for a year now, and I make it probably like 5 out of 7 days of the week. Like I try to make it Monday through Friday. It is my go-to smoothie. So delicious, so easy to make, and I've had quite a few requests on how to make it. So let's get started. So I always start with a cup full of ice. And what I usually do is I get my almond milk, and most of these things are from Costco, but I'll link it down below. And I fill up my cup probably about like halfway. So as you can see, I have my almond milk and my ice halfway in. I'm gonna put it in. Next, I'm going to get to my blueberries, and I'm going to just sprinkle them in. And this is so bad, but guys, I don't measure. I just kind of like put in until I put as much in until I think it looks good, so you guys can kind of see. And then something I read about from another like food, well, I'm not a food blogger, but I read from a food blogger, to get more vegetables into your smoothie is to freeze zucchini. So I buy like a ton of zucchini at the beginning of the week, and then I just like cut it up and put it in my smoothies. It makes it a little chunkier, you don't really taste it, and I just usually put a handful in. You guys can see. Oh. Okay, obviously I usually don't record this, but a little bit of almond milk spilled. It's gonna be all right, we're fine. So anyways, we have our zucchini, we have our frozen blueberries. Next step, I'm going to do the dates. So I actually prefer dates over bananas. I think they're a lot sweeter. I'm not really sure they're any healthier for you than bananas. I don't know the health benefits, I just like the way they taste. So I usually take about 2, and they're pretty big dates. I get them either at Whole Foods or at Costco. And I like to cut them and de-seed them because there is this huge like pit in the middle, and you don't want that in your smoothie. And then I just like break it up, put it in there, get another one. Usually there are chunks of dates at the bottom of my smoothie, but I usually don't really mind. I'm sure if you like cut them up into smaller pieces, you wouldn't get as many clumps, but I'm fine with it. So recap, we've got blueberries, frozen zucchini, cup of ice, a little bit of frozen blueberries, and then now I'm gonna go in with my spinach. I was gonna do the almond butter, but I don't have a spoon yet, so we're just gonna put the spinach in. I like to pack in the spinach like as much as possible. I don't know, I like starting my day off with some spinach and some greens because sometimes the days get away from me and all I've eaten is like cereal and chips and salsa. So at least if I start my day with a bunch of spinach, I'm like, I did well. And then the next thing I like to add into my smoothie is Vital Proteins Collagen. This one I also get at Costco because it's way cheaper than if you get it at Whole Foods. And I like to do 2 scoops. People have been asking me if I've seen benefits from collagen. I think like, I can't really tell yet. I haven't been using collagen in my smoothies for that long, maybe a month now. And before that, I just didn't have any collagen. I would just use protein powder. So I haven't seen any huge differences yet, but I don't taste it, and I hear it's good for you, so I'm gonna stick with it. And then I always put turmeric in there. It's an anti-inflammatory, anti-inflammation. You can't really taste it, and I'm almost out. Like, I use so much turmeric. And I just sprinkle that in, like, dump it on it. And then I need to get a spoon, and then we'll do almond butter, and we'll mix it up, and that's it. So 1 second. I use the Costco brand. I feel like everything I use is Costco brand. And I just take, so this is like 1 spoonful. Take 1, get it in there, and I'm gonna do 1 more spoonful. Pretty big spoonful. And I'm at the bottom, and it's like getting kind of clunky at the bottom now. You guys can see that? Pretty big spoonful. Okay, Frankie usually gets to lick the spoon. I think that's all. It's really simple. And sometimes I look at it to make sure that like everything looks fine. Right now it looks like my almond milk isn't really, like there isn't enough, probably because I spilled like half of it on my spinach. So I'm gonna add a little bit more almond milk. Again, I don't measure this, so I mean, I know there are recipes out there where they do measure. I just kind of like eyeball it and hope for the best, and I eat it first. So I will mute you guys out whenever I blend it. But before it gets too loud, let me move my blender over to you. I usually start on low. So let's see, where's my blender? I'm gonna start on like medium low and just let it kind of mix up. And then once I see that things are moving, the spinach is moving, I get it all the way up to high. And I let it go on high for like 20 seconds. Like I just like let it go. So let's go, let's see what happens. Okay, that was really loud. So now I've got my smoothie. It's actually, I've made it a little bit more liquidy than I usually like to because I was just eyeing the almond milk and just going, just kept on putting it in, but I don't mind it liquidy. It's just like a preference. If you like it like thicker milkshakey, then put more frozen zucchini or more ice in it and less almond milk. But it's just like kind of taste it as you go. In this one, I have a little bit left, but it typically fills up one good container. I put it in the sink because it drips. And voila, here's my green smoothie. Spinach, zucchini, dates, blueberries, and it tastes like a peanut butter almond butter. I mean, it's almond butter, but it just tastes like an almond butter milkshake. I did pretty well. I dig it. So anyways, I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, just DM me. I think the Vitamix makes a huge difference. It really blends everything and you don't taste the spinach. But I'll try to put more recipes on here. I need to like figure out the whole YouTube world or Instagram stories video world of how to make this a little bit more seamless. So thanks for being patient with me, guys. Until next time, bye.